where you're coming on and you're like, hey, good morning. It is Monday. Yeah, I know you know it's Monday. I know. I don't know. It's just a habit. It's a bad habit probably when we come on here and we're like, oh, hello, it's Monday. Yeah, everybody knows it's Monday. Okay. It's Monday Madness. Yes. I did not get a chance to have too much of my coffee that I wanted to. So if I'm sounding a little bit, you know, a little bit for you, just let you know, is that, you know, I probably need a little bit of extra rest or sleep, which I did, guys. You know, this weekend was the beautifulest weekend for me. I told you guys that I was working on balancing my family, balancing work, balancing everything around me, like adjusting myself. And I totally thought I did an amazing job at it. You know, I ended up working Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday I took off. Hello, Sister Dawn. Sister Dawn, I missed you. We have a lot to catch up on, okay? But anyway, guys, Monday through Friday, I worked. I'm listening to all of my nice advice that everybody's giving me that I need to catch up. I need to get it together. And I pulled the old Paulette where I was like, let me listen. And I felt amazing. Like Saturday, Sunday, I did nothing. I did Paulette. I did family. Family was excited. I was excited. Everybody was excited. And now I'm back to reality because, you know, I'm having guests come over. My goddaughter is going to come and visit me starting tomorrow for 2 weeks. So, Sister Dawn say, I miss you too. Hi, Stacy Carter. Welcome to Life with Paulette. Hope all is well with you. Sister Dawn say, I miss you too. Says we have not spoken in a bit. I know, right? You know how our bit is like 24 to 48 hours, and it's like, wow, it's been a week, you know. We need to catch up though, sis. But, you know, like I was mentioning to you guys, I definitely told you guys what I was going to do, and I did it. I decided to pull back in, readjust, realign my whole entire, you know, my life, because I've lost track of family time for the last couple of months because of all the different projects and stuff that I've been doing. I was not keeping up with it. And, you know, sometimes that madness kicks in. That's why this is called Monday Madness, because we got to talk about the madness that goes on in our lives. And it's not only happening to me, I know it's happening to everybody around us. And we need to pull wheel and come again and readjust the sail. And I needed to rebalance when it comes to family, because Saturdays and Sundays, the weekends, was for my family. If you guys are just coming in, go ahead and hit that like button, because I'll definitely appreciate that. I know many that comes in and we get caught up into chatting, and then you forget to give me that little thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either one will work for me. I'm not picky. But, you know, a lot of times we lose track of balance, and sometimes we need to readjust the sail, and we need to touch bases with that to make sure that, you know, we are not burning ourselves out on all angles of our lives. And I felt like I was sacrificing family time over projects or over, you know, my dreams and my goals. And there's nothing wrong with going after your dreams and goal, but you cannot drop the ball on areas that definitely is important. And I just felt like it took my daughter to call me out during her birthday, and, you know, it was a wake-up call for me, and I felt bad. I mean, you know, hubby he's not like, you know, he's very laid back. If he has to say something, it means a lot. But he knows what I was doing, and he understood the assignment. So that's a good thing. But I thought that I needed to spend more time with the kids to explain to them, listen, when mommy leave out in the morning, maybe you may see me just leaving and you're not understanding the why. So I sat down and I spoke to her about the why. And then I had my sister just check me real good. You know, you always got to have those 1C, 2C sisters and brothers around you that's going to check you and give you that great constructive criticisms to make you think a little bit more. And she was like, yeah, you need to slow down a little bit. You've been doing this for a period of time now, and I feel like you're losing in that area, and I had to adjust my sale. So I took back my Saturday and Sunday. It was not easy because when you're already used to making your money, you're already into what it is that you're into, you already focus because you already know what it is your end result is going to be. You're not worrying about everything else. You're like, oh, everybody can sacrifice with me while I'm going through it. And in reality, no, not everybody understands the assignment. That's your assignment. And only you understand what you're doing. But then at the same time, you can't cripple everybody else around you just because you want to be selfish for a little bit, and basically that was one of the reasons why I ended up having to pull back and retract myself, from pushing so hard and not giving myself breaks. So I just want you all to know that wherever you're at in your life at this point in time and you're feeling off track, I was also off track when it came to my health and fitness. I was off track with that. I'm just getting back to the place where I'm like, Paulette, you need to put the fork down. You need to adjust yourself. Yes, she is doing much better. I'm going to tell you that. I just want you to know that I am already 4 months and a half, going on 5 months, where I told you all that I was going to make a change. I was going to adjust my sales. I needed to balance out my health and fitness. I didn't like being fluffy, but I want being fluffy. I'm still a little fluffy, but I'm not being fluffy because I want to be fluffy. I was in therapy for my shoulders. I was in therapy for my hips. So I had to take a year and a half off to recover. And during recovery, I'm not able to work out. I'm not able to hike. I couldn't walk. You know how painful it is for somebody that liked the outdoors, and it got a point in your time where you're not able to go outside and climb a mountain because of injuries or something that you caused on yourself. And it's all my injuries was because I was not resting. Yes, Sister Down, you never lead nobody wrong. She always gonna let you know. I wish you were around like 3 years ago where you could have said, sit down, girl. Who does 3 hours of workout on a daily basis, Monday through Sunday? But I learned my lesson because injuries is right around the corner. And the older that you get, guys, the older you get, the more prone to injuries you will occur. Okay? So don't be going out there thinking like, in your 20s, you probably can jump off a rail and land on your feet. You try just stepping down around 30 something. You probably will break something or hinder something. So you have to be able to slow down a little bit the older that you get and not overdo it. So I felt like listening to my body, listening to the surrounding, and learning my body as well. As I get older, I'm not that strong and resilient like I used to be. I put on 5 pounds. It takes me 3 to 4 years to get that off with good focus. It's not the same anymore. Your body goes through a certain stage and it's not the same anymore, and you have to adjust that. So for me, I just wanted to remind you guys that resetting and taking the time off for yourself so that you can figure out the areas, the loose ends that need to tighten up a little bit. You may not have the health and fitness issue that I have. You may be snatched, looking like a little snack, but I do. And I'm working on it. I'm not perfect, but I'm striving towards getting much better, and I'm doing much better. It's hard when you're used to eating like 3 pieces of pizza, and pizza come in the house, and all of a sudden you can barely finish 1 piece because you already tell yourself, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not wanting to live to eat. I want to eat enough so that I can live. And that was the hardest thought process for me to grasp on, that I'm not living to eat, just eat. I don't want that anymore. I want to eat enough so that I can live. And that means not overeating myself like I used to. And that was a hard lesson, which thank God from last year to this year, we're in progress and it's going really good. And I'm loving it. I'm telling you, so going back to family time, I had to tighten that up, and I was called out, and I figured, okay, I need to adjust that. And it was such an amazing feeling to sit home on a Saturday or a Sunday and just put the phone down, put everything down, and just say, you know what, I need to listen. whatever I make Monday through Friday is good. Why am I out doing extra when I don't have to? So I sat home. I got in preparation because my goddaughter is coming and visiting me for 2 weeks. And, I want to make sure that I have enough structure around me that I can entertain and still do the little bit that I'm supposed to do to entertain the people around me, and also make the shmoney that I need to make also for that week without overdoing it. So far, first Saturday, Sunday, I took back. Now my Sunday that I normally will come on and I used to go live and stuff, I'm going to work back, maybe switching up between a Saturday or a Sunday where I could sit down with you guys. I have so much content that I want to share. I want to show you guys how I make my shea butter mixture, how I make my shea butter lotion for my hair. Like, I want to show you do-it-yourself stuff that you can do that is going to help add value to you and your natural hair. I want to show you all my do-it-yourself skincare. For the longest, y'all knew when I went on vacation last time, when I lost my luggage and all that long story. Y'all know that story, right? And I came back and I had all this sun damage on my skin. Well, guys, I've been using that do-it-yourself skincare, and all you need is aloe vera gel, and you needed your I think there's a video here. I can't remember the video, but the product was in your kitchen type of products. And my skin, I don't even get pimples anymore. I used to be, girl, when you see that time come, I would be getting so much pimple and stuff on my face. Now, Paulette, because of the eating techniques and eating the right foods, now I'm no longer breaking out when it's that time for me, So just to let you all know, a little tweaks here, a little tweak there, but I have the content. I just needed to slow down enough so that I could get back into my old self. And, I have 2 more weeks to go and to complete that project, my third project. And I'm going to just pause for a little bit. Sister Dawn already told me, you need to pause for a little bit. For a couple of months, you're not rushing back into no more projects, right? I say, yes, ma'am, no problem. I got you. Okay, we're going to pause for a little bit, and then we're going to focus on something else. And that's how it is. Let me get it. The only reason I'm not reading comments right now because I'm driving on the highway, and I really want to make it to my gym class without an accident. And I do want to come on again tomorrow for tomorrow's reset, okay? So to let y'all know that, I just want y'all to know is that Paulette want to make it safely to the gym, but I'll read every one of y'all's stuff whenever I get a chance to pull over and do so. But with that, guys, sometimes we just have to reset. Sometimes we need a little tough love. If you know me, I don't no bunch of yes people around me. I want somebody going to slap me a little bit side of the head, which none of my sisters don't have no hair on their teeth. They will let you have it in second. You blink and it's like, bah! You're like, well, you could have rubbed it a little easier than that. But you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have all of them around me. I'm grateful that they have no hair on their teeth. They're going to let you have it. You either take it or leave it. And let me tell you, majority of the time, you got to just take it and you got to adjust yourself, because whatever they're saying or whatever your loved ones or your surroundings is telling you is because they can see something that you can't see. You don't want somebody that see you go into your demise and not try to pull you out. Just say, yes, you're going right, and boom, you fall off the cliff. They're not your real friends, okay? I don't want no real friends. And it hurts sometimes when you feel like you're doing the right thing and all of a sudden you're not, okay? You're not. So I'm grateful for all of y'all around me that can say, you know what, respectfully, Paulette, no, it's not like that. No, you need to do this. No. Okay? And I'll be like, yes, I got it. Understood. Not all the time it's going to be like, yeah, I understood. Sometimes we're going to fight. Sometimes it's like, no. Then you say no. You throw a little tantrum here and there. I'm always throwing a little tantrum. I would throw a tantrum in 2 seconds. But you know what? I know the people that I'm surrounded with, they mean well. They love me well. I love them back well. And whatever they say that's not probably against whatever that I'm doing or not, I know that it's good intentions. And that's the thought process. I want to thank Minister Mars today. Great sermons. I hope y'all listen to it because it was so good. It was good. But like he always say, you always want to make sure you clean your attitude up. Cleaning up your attitude. Cleaning up your response. Making sure that you got the right response. Clearing out the feces within your words. Cleaning up your mind. Making sure that you are thinking right. Because when you get constructive criticism, if your mind is not right, you're going to receive it wrong. And that's the sad. That is very sad, okay? You want to receive it right. Girl, send me my... Oh my gosh, Sister Dawn, let me tell you, I got it. You finally left your address yesterday, so you will get it before your birthday. And I already told you, you're going to get that, and it's going to fit you so nice. I want a picture. I want a picture, sister. I can tell you're going to be cute. You're going to be cute, I can tell you that. It's definitely pretty. I hope you enjoy it. And I told you I'm missing one more thing for your little, for your package. And I'm going to definitely get that probably this week, no later than next week, but you're going to get that. Okay, girl? Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, I just witnessed an accident. Oh my God. It was three cars just smashed each other on the left lane. Oh my goodness. You see what I told you? Oh my goodness. The motorcycle, nobody's paying attention. That's why I keep telling you guys, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Do you know that the right lane is the lane that I was about to go in? But because I was on with you guys, I said I'm going to stay in the left, in the left lane I normally go in because I wanted to get to the gym. I'm in the right lane. The other car that was on that lane, my spirit was like, that one's going faster. But sometimes faster is not always the right road to go. Stay at your pace in your lane. You don't have to be moving. I don't know how these drivers be moving all around, and that guy on that motorcycle flipped over in the back of that car, okay? He flipped over because he wasn't paying attention either. So at the end of the day, all I witnessed for the first time in my life, the accident, 4 cars. The first one threw the first brakes. The other one wasn't paying attention because they was smelling the muffler dust off the other car. Stay your distance. Stay your distance when you're driving, okay? Don't be onto nobody's muffler thinking you're gonna get there any faster, and don't allow nobody to push you forward either, because just now that could have been me in that lane. That could have been me. The guy on the motorcycle, the 3 cars in front of him, plus the car that caused the accident, that was smashed, boom, and nobody was distant enough to stop. You see how that works? I'm just talking about cleaning out the feces. None of them, all of them have probably had feces in their worship this morning, and they weren't even thinking straight. They probably didn't even have coffee. They 4 cars, 1 motorcycle, and that motorcycle, all I saw was his foot flipped up because his motorcycle went under the truck, and he flipped up. I didn't see any more. I'm gonna pray for them. Y'all send a quick little prayer for whoever got just now in that accident, in that crash, that everything go good to go in his minor injuries, because it made no sense to me just now. It made no sense. Just like that. In a twinkling of an eye. I mean, Minister Mars just talked about, when you lose loved ones. And I normally go to the comments when I'm listening to sermons just to see where people is at. And there was this comment under that sermon that he posted today, and it talked about, this individual asked for prayers because she just lost, in the space of a week, 3 family members, and 2 of them was the brothers that took each other out. And I'm like, is that real? This is stuff we only see in movies. There's things I only hear in movies. I don't even hear this in reality. Like, really? That's one of the comments. When you all go over there, you're going to find the comments. And I said, oh my God, I prayed for her immediately because I felt a certain way. You and your siblings going back and forth together, sometimes it's not worth it. You and nobody going back and forth worth it, okay? If you feel like you're in a situation where it's too strenuous, you better exit. You better exit and exit fast with the right attitude before you race from point A to point B, because she said she lost 3 siblings in a space of a week. In a space of a week. And one of the 2 that went was 2 brothers. So I guess they both shot each other up because they were upset with each other. I don't know. That was her story. She was asking for prayer. And then the 3rd one, I don't know who the 3rd one was, but it was siblings, family. Man, I tell you, we got to be ready. We got to be ready, guys. Be ready. Oh my God, this is sad. Witnessing of 4 crashes and a motorcycle, and then turning around, and after listening to Minister Maz, I checked the comments, and it was I had a look, my tear. I mean, dust be coming in the room. I just cried. I was like, oh my gosh, I just escaped an accident just because I listened to myself. I told you all, I just want to sit here, and I'm not going to read the comments because I don't want to get in any accidents. Didn't I just say that? I just told you guys, I'm not reading comments. I apologize if I'm going to be a little behind right now, because I want to get it to the gym and without an accident. And sure enough, like less than seconds later, boom, the lane that I'm supposed to be in that I wasn't, thank God, I escaped. I ducked. I guess I missed that bullet. Ain't God awesome? Ain't he great? Amazing. But prayers for the people that had the crash, praying that everything is going well for them, and that they'll be able to, they just have minor injuries. But yeah, guys, that was, right on time today with the sermon of being ready and making sure that we're cleaning out daily and mastering ourselves daily. You know when you're going to leave. Nobody know when you're leaving, okay? So be ready. You be ready. Could have been me in that lane. That could have been me on that motorcycle that just flipped over and probably broke my back or something. He literally flipped right over on top of the truck. That's what happened. He wasn't paying attention. No, but the other 4 cars weren't paying attention. Everybody hit the brake, and everybody was not their two feet. They didn't have their 2 feet involved of distance. They didn't have the distance, because if they had it, the first person that threw the brake would not have hit first, and the second person behind him wouldn't have hit either, because everybody would have been paying attention. Pay attention. Yes, I'm on live here, but I'm not in the comments. I'm watching where I'm going, and I'm in the right lane. Not to say that things can't happen in the right lane, but guys, you don't have to. You could prevent things. Go under. If the speed limit is 45, do 40. Why you always got to be going the extra 5 and 10? Like, be mindful that people want to get to work. People want to get back to their families in one piece. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh boy. But anyway, guys, this is Madness Monday. Everybody's coming off of the weekend. Some is probably still intoxicated, still trying to detox themselves from whatever mess they did during the weekend. So that's why when you see me go out, I always make sure that we stay prayed up, and I always encourage everybody to do the same. Get up at a certain period of time of your life and just pray. It takes nothing away from you. You pray before you leave your house, because you never know what you're going to encounter. You never know, guys. Sister Dawn said, I heard that crash. Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, what? Okay. There we go. There's a shock right there. I'm still shocked, guys. I'm still shocked. I was going to continuously stay turned on to try and make some extra low money, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just turned off my Lyft ride, and I was like, you know what? Let me just chit chat with you guys for a little bit. Yes, Sister Dawn, birthday, Sister Dawn. Actually, happy birthday to all my March folks, okay? Y'all know I already started off March with celebration. This month is my dad's birthday, too. I have a lot of people in March. The 2nd of March, the 3rd of March, the 4th of March. I have people that their birthday is just all through March. My dad is the 28th of March. I have my brother is the 12th. I have my best friend is the 14th. And then I have Sister Dawn is the 31st. Like March is a whole bunch of March March birthdays. So shout out to all you March people that's celebrating one more year. Happy early birthday to you. Yeah, no reading responses. Yep. While driving. Yeah. And I had just said that too. I was like, no, I'm not going to read nothing because I want to get to the gym in one piece. And little did I know I was predicting whatever. 2 seconds later, now you imagine I would have probably been right there in that little tamale that just happened, because I would have been scrolling down looking so that I could keep up with you guys. Okay. But I'm glad I did it and I followed my mind. Boy, I tell you, sometime when that quiet spirit be talking to you and you're not listening, be very cautious, because that quiet spirit was talking to me, and that's that I was like, you know what, let me pay attention. I'm not going to read, because normally I am in there trying to flip and figure out how to catch up with you guys, trying to multitask before I get to the gym so that way I can read you all comments and I have to be, distracted, and I can get into the gym on time and set up my machines and all that stuff. And I say, you know what, today is going to be different. I ain't doing it. No, I ain't doing it. And I didn't do it. And I thank God for it. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. You see, life be life in. Life is going to be life in. This weekend, life was life in. Okay? Keep my family in prayers. Not my immediate family. My immediate family is me, my husband, and my 2 kids. Okay? I'm talking about my secondary family, the second part, which is included your brothers and your sisters from, your siblings out there. So please keep them in prayer for me. Prayers needed, and I appreciate that ahead of time. But with that, guys, I'm going to come off of here. And I hope you all have a great day. Be safe out there, guys. Whatever you're doing, if you are driving in this gig economy, I know some of you all have to go through tough weather. Some of you guys got to go through, the rains and the storms and stuff to get that hamburger delivered to that doorstep. Be very mindful, guys. If it's not worth it, don't even try to risk it. Okay? You just say no. Even some messages that you will receive, you're going to know if you want to deliver to that individual. If your sixth sense is telling you like, hey, I think you should cancel this delivery, I suggest you just do what it's telling you. You just follow through with whatever that little quiet, silent noise is telling you, because it's not worth it these days. These days, some crazy people is out there. Craziness is going on. And you got to be very, very prayed up in order to survive, because it's getting worse and worse, guys. It's getting worse and worse. We must keep prayed up. Okay? I'll talk to you all later. Love you guys. Bye, Sister Dawn. I'll see you later too. Deuces. I bid you good evening, babies. Bye-bye. Hey.